All right, y'all, with the 10th anniversary officially beginning, we once again got the Purple Stone Premium Select Characters pack, where you buy these specific sale stones and you will end up getting these stones you get exchanged for characters in the Baba shop. Now, I usually do not think it's a good idea to spend money on gacha games because of the fact that it really could turn someone into getting much more FOMO than usual, honestly. And I think that it's like, oh, if I spend a little here, I spend a little there, it all adds up. They can be very dangerous games to play, which is why I recommend staying free to play. But if you do end up purchasing stones or you're interested in buying sales, a pack like this will be the best case scenario because you are getting something guaranteed. So there are 3 different packs here. Again, you get Dragon Stones as usual. There's a pack with 80 Dragon Stones, the UR Stone, 100 Dragon Stones and 2 UR Stones, then 120 Dragon Stones and 1 LR Stone. So you get 1 LR Stone total and 3 UR Stones if you purchase all of these packs with a total of 300 stones. The value for this compared to other stone sales that are available is much higher, right? Because again, you are able to guarantee yourself some of these characters. Now, they did show us some of the characters in the actual news tab, but when I took a look there, it actually turns out that there are more characters than what's shown here. So we're just gonna go through both of the tabs here. I think I'll start off with the UR stones probably, and then we'll end off with the LR stones because the UR stones are the ones you get first. So maybe if you decide you're like, oh, I want to buy 1 or 2 packs, you'll get just the UR stone. But then if you buy all 3, that's where you are able to get the LR stone. Remember, it is a step up, so you have to buy both the UR stone packs to get the LR stone pack. Again, if you were to spend money in this game, this is the pack you would get. Otherwise, I actually don't recommend it. So again, all these characters, we go all the way back down right to basically 2020, right? This is the JP release schedule. So many of these characters are available and it's kind of crazy. So I think we'll start from the bottom because there's a lot of easy A's down here. And we'll just kind of talk about each character and whether or not they're really worth it. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these characters could have niche situations, but Physical Beerus, I actually don't recommend getting him. We do have if we take a look here in the Redstone, you can get Tech Super Easy A Beerus, and he's a free character. They have the same role, right, as a Slum 1 character, same name, but Tech Beerus is like a billion times better. Physical Beerus at this point is aged out, right? AJ Bardock, unfortunately, he was not really good. There's a lot of characters that could fill what he could do. STR Blue Falcon Goku, I mean, he has the Spirit Bomb active skill, right? Where if you have a full Reps Universe 7 rotation under 59% HP, he could support the rotation. It probably could still do some pretty decent damage, but the Reps Universe 7 team has so many good characters, and outside of the Spirit Bomb, this guy is pretty bare bones. Like, he's not doing a lot, even post EZA, so definitely don't recommend. And then we actually start getting to some EZA characters from last year in 2024. Exchange Boo, he's not a terrible pick, actually. If you really like running a Majin Power kind of team, this guy is actually a pretty decent character to go ahead and pick up, I would say. Has pretty decent damage reduction. This guy could dodge. Super Boo you won't really see too often. Well, I say that, but in these newer fights that are very long, you could see this Super Boo come out, and he actually, he could do some stuff, right? When he's fully EZA'd. I think we can't see the EZA tab, unfortunately, but when this guy, you Extreme Z awaken him, he has quite a bit of damage reduction. So this Gotenks is also a decent card. I feel like he is pretty dodge or die though. So you do want to watch out for that, right? But I think he's not a bad choice. Kefla, she is also dodge or die. Again, the thing with her compared to a lot of these other choices is, again, if you're running her for Universe Survival Saga, that team is very stacked with top tier characters right now. So I don't really see like, oh, this Kefla could help you in a lot of situations, right? Universe 6 missions maybe would be the best option because she's definitely the Universe 6 like best character, but she's still pretty good though, honestly. If you're able to get her stacked up, she could do some really good damage, right? Tech Ultimate Gohan, He's good for sure after his EZA. I don't think he's anything super mega crazy though, but he's definitely one of the better options as of currently to pick up on this list. So he, again, you know, if you use him with a good partner, like he's able to look very nice on Glorio's team. Example, if you have Glorio and you want to run like a Gohan rotation, this guy could be good there. Now we start getting into characters that may not have EZA yet. Angel Golden Frieza is the oldest Dokkan Fest character without an EZA. I do not see him EZAing during the anniversary, and we don't know when this guy will EZA. You could, if you don't have him, you can get him maybe because his EZA might be good. I mean, he's one of these characters that can instantly transform at any time. So I think he could have a really good EZA just because of the ease of his transformation. But I don't know. It's not really something we can say for sure. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. This guy is also one of the second oldest Dokkan Fest character without an EZA. He surely is going to EZA sometime this year. I feel like some GT celebration. But if that's the case, he probably will be featured again on like that banner. So it's a thing where, okay, if there's like a GT Tanabata celebration, like they'll probably put him on the banner and he'll be featured. And then you could either get him with coins or you'll get him when summoning. So that's like, this is the type of character that they would do that for. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for sure. S tier Bojack, again, if you really like Slug's team and you have a very certain setup, this guy could look good. But outside of that very certain setup, he's not really doing too much of it like crazy stuff. So I actually would say he's like, even though he's a recent EZA, probably wouldn't pick him just because he's very restricted to that certain team. But if you do really, really like that certain team, which is basically Terrifying Conquerors, or Space Traveling Warriors, he could look pretty solid. These two are also characters that haven't EZA'd yet. Pycon, you know, you can invest in Pycon stocks. This guy has a turn 4 Ghost Usher, which will let him delay all enemy attacks, but again, not EZA'd, nothing crazy. Tech Janemba, again, he has guard and damage reduction in his base kit. You could invest into him, but you never know with these EZAs, right? Int Broly sucks. Goten and Trunks are actually quite good, and there's gonna be a free-to-play TUR Trunks like reverse exchange card that comes out. If you have a lot of these Trunks and Goten characters, like this character could really pop off. And even on just the Majin Buu Saga team, like this character is like really good. But you know, if you're thinking of them at 55%, might not be as crazy, but they have a lot of stuff in their kit to really make up for that, right? Esther Vidal, like you could use her. I just feel like she is kind of dodge or die. Like if you run her slot 1 pre-super, she definitely could be dodge or die against super attacks. It's slot 3, yeah, but it was like she's just kind of like a weird character that doesn't really mesh well with the team. And it's like if you are a huge Vidal fan, you could definitely like snag her. But outside of that, like there's other characters that I think will fit the best teams in the game better, right? These two also were waiting on their EZAs. And at this point, you know, with EZA characters that we're waiting for, unless there's someone that I really want to highlight, we're gonna kind of skip past them. These guys are one of those characters I think, you know, could end up being really good, but we can't really say for sure, again, invest or not. Same with this Kid Gohan, support character. Probably wouldn't grab him compared to some of these other options. Like, even for, like, you know, a potential EZA. I think his EZA could be really good, but, you know, same with every character that could EZA, right? Esther Super Vegeta sucks. Kel Caulifla, like, waiting on the EZA. Agel Trunks waiting for it. Tech Androids waiting for their EZA. I mean, they're someone I do want to point out though, because they do have a turn 1 Ghost Usher. Like they could use that Ghost Usher ability to push the enemy's attacks back by 1 turn whenever they want. If you don't have them, you could even just grab them. Like, and if you're someone who like wants to farm a lot of like short content or EZAs, like especially with EZAs, so many people use this character like on a lot of EZAs because of their Ghost Usher. So they could be like a little cheat code for EZAs for you if you're struggling on one, and you would like maybe you just need one more character for that team, or you're just dying and you're almost so close to beat the event. Maybe you could bring this character, then they could push the whole enemy's attacks back by 1 turn. And that could be useful. These two are insane characters. STR Kid Buu and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and they're actually not available on banners right now. Like they literally just left. They were on the New Year's banners with Glory and Diamond Goku, So if you don't have them still, I mean, will they return on a like next Golden Week? They potentially could. That's all the way in April. I would say these characters are probably like some of the better characters to pick up 100%. I mean, I don't want to say 100% the best because I haven't seen the full roster of the characters, like just making sure, but these guys are definitely like top 3 picks. The Zester, Kid Buu, and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, even at free dupe. I think maybe the Goku would be better off at free dupe compared to Kid Buu. But if you do get the 3 purple stones and you're like, yeah, I want a Majin power team, let me just grab 3 Kid Buus. Sure, you know. And then we get to 200% leaders that'll easy A potentially this year. Again, like Ginyu could be good, but very restricted. Majin Vegeta, we need a good Trunks card. There's no good Trunks cards right now. Raditz, very funny guy. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like Gamma 1, I think, and Path to Power Kid Goku are 2 characters that stand out to me as like their easy A's will be really good. I think, you know, just because this guy is another character that provides damage reduction support. It's him and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so an easy A for this guy could be really strong. Gamma 1 has guard and damage reduction. Like he's one of the first characters to have guard plus damage reduction basically in the entire game's history. It's very rare for characters to have gone that before 2024 basically, so this guy was kind of ahead of his time with that, really, because we started seeing that pop up a lot more in 2024. Tech Bardock sucks right now, and Yamcha, yeah. And then we get to characters that won't easy A for a while at this point. So like I wouldn't really grab any 2023 character except for maybe Ma Jr. And the only reason why you would grab this Piccolo Jr. here is because he is a world tournament monster. If you need a world tournament character, this guy even at free dupe will basically be able to clear through the entire world tournament for you. So definitely you can grab this guy if you're like, okay, like I need it. I want to make world tournament the easiest thing ever. Like this guy could be snagged, right? I think it's like if you have like so many other characters, I guess would be what I would say. Yeah, just skip past here. And the last characters are Hirudegarn and Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku. I mean, you could use these guys in these situations, especially Dragon Fist Goku. I think, you know, he has a special standby skill, which no other character has, this counter standby. So, like, he has some utility there by being the only character with this ability. Hirudegarn is dodge or die, like a mega dodge or die for villain character teams, but a lot of times these villain teams don't really have the option. So I don't know, I just went through the list just because I want to make sure, you know, if just to go in depth about the best characters. If I was gonna say the best characters to pick up though, it's definitely the Goku and Kid Buu, like the Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Kid Buu. Again, maybe in like 4 months we'll have another easy T1 on this list that are better. Like, you know, maybe Raditz easy A's in like 2 months and he's like busted beyond belief, right? But that's not something we could tell, and by the time that happens, the stone is gone anyways, right? The stone is gonna stick around until basically around Saiyan Day is when the stone will leave, right? But those are the purple stones, right? You could pick up to 3 characters. You could pick dupes with characters if you want. Now we go to the LR list. This time we'll go down, I think, just because this guy is the first guy that appears. I don't know, a lot of people look at this LR stone list, they're like, oh yeah, this is by far the character you like will 100% choose. You have to choose this character. You only have 1 stone. This is the best character to choose if you don't have them. And I do agree that this is the best character to choose on this list, but he will be featured on the part 2 LR banner for the anniversary, right? And whatever the Dokkan Fist is for part 2, we I mean, this guy will be there, right? So like if you summon on the part 2 banners and you get like multiple copies of this guy trying to get the part 2 LR, and then you picked him up with a stone, that's a waste. So especially for this LR side, I would wait, because there's a lot of these LR characters that'll be featured on part 2 banners, right? Like, you know, we'll talk about them when we get there, but Broly is featured on the part 1 banners. If you finished your summons on the part 1 banners and you're like, I still really want this Broly, he's not a bad idea either. This Broly is, you know, able to do a lot of really nice things, even at free dupe. I think his base form is but you know, even at free dupe when he's transformed, he could do some pretty nice damage overall. But I'm thinking that more so as like a maybe like a floater character on the Tech LR Broly team or the Intel LR Broly team is my general idea about it. If you don't really have that Broly team setup, not really so much. I mean, he could work on general Saiyan setups, but there's a lot of characters with domains now, and it could just become a little ish, like, Ruben Kukutsu Rosie, I would not grab them. Okay, now I do want to talk about these two. I would say, people would look at this and it's like, do not grab these characters. And yeah, 9 out of 10 times, I think that there's just other characters that are just better options, especially when it comes to like this one with just one stone. It's like very clear cut. If you're, I was gonna say, even if you're a new player, these guys' leader skills would be so good for you. But it's like, if you're a new player, bro, and you don't have Beast Gohan and you didn't get him from summoning, like you'll get this guy, right? And especially with other EZs that are going to be happening. So yeah, no, just skip these two. I mean, this guy, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I want to use him a little more than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm going to say no, not to grab him. He could be a really good partner potentially for the brand new LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But like, imagine getting him at 55% free dupe. Like, this guy was getting trashed last year at the rainbow level with like all 5 copies of him. So at 55%, I don't think he'll be super effective in a lot of these different events that are like really, really tough. But if you're just like, I love Super Saiyan 4, I want to use this Super Saiyan 4 Goku to his max power, I don't care about like, beating all these difficult events, I can have other teams for that or whatever you want to say, you could grab him, and he is a really good option to run next to this guy, right? In terms of links, right? They share, I believe, all their links, if I'm not mistaken. So at least especially when you're transformed into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, when you're Super Saiyan 3 GT, you won't share them. Yeah, I know he shares 6 links with this guy. So actually, Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku doesn't have these like Super Saiyan 3 links. I just realized that. Interesting. That's really interesting. But yeah, True Mega Goku sucks. Don't grab him. LR Bulma is actually not bad. She is not as crazy as she once was, for sure, but she's a multi-turn support character. I mean, she's on some teams that could be pretty decent. Earthbred Fighters. We have the Power of Wishes team. There's like the 2 main ones here that really, really work. I mean, she's not a terrible option to go ahead and pick up, I would say. No to LR Super Buu. I would probably say no to these two. I believe they are featured on the brand new banners right now, right? At least I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta are featured on the Super Vegeta banner. And then these guys will be featured on the Part 2 banner. So again, it's another case of, if you really want one of these guys, wait until you're finished summoning. These two, I mean, Orange Piccolo has the giant form, but better options here, honestly. Ultimate Gohan, no. I wouldn't grab either the Cooler or the Super Saiyan Duo. I mean, like, these guys could EZA. I think Cooler has a good shot at even easing this year. These guys could as well, maybe. If we have, like, a Frieza, like, celebration for, like, worldwide or something, I could see, like, Cooler just EZAing during then, especially if they're EZAing the Namek Saga characters this anniversary. But, I mean, that's just predictions at this point. Using the Monster and Vegeta Trunks, they could EZA this year, but like, who knows what they're gonna do. I mean, this character will probably be really good on EZA though. But again, I would not rate. He's a Dokkan Fest LR. He'll be on some good banners. LR Golden Frieza, honestly, like, not like a 0% option in short content, but yeah, that's the best I give him. Waiting on their EZA. Now we know these two will EZA. This guy is on the Part 1 banners, so this guy will probably be on the Part 2 banner. So just wait until you're done summoning. Same with these guys, they're on the Dokkan Fest banner. You can see a very repeating turn. A lot of the best characters on this list are going to be featured during the anniversary, which, shocker, right? They want to make the anniversary banners really, really good. These two will EZA guaranteed in Part 3 though. So I could see a situation where, what if you summon on the Part 1 banners, you have like 2 copies of this guy, and then you're like, I really want the 3rd copy for this character. It's not as good as grabbing a brand new character, but like I want to blame you if you want to do, because I assume these guys will be like easy top 5 contenders in the game. This character and the Super Saiyan and gods right here, like easy top 5 contender, easy A's, 100%, right? I mean, HOUI Goku right now, he's bro's like still easily a top 10 contender, right? Vegeta is also really good. Yeah, and then the rest of these characters, I mean, these two, I will not grab them. They already easy 8. They're not really that great anymore. These two were thinking about easy 8 during the celebration, but I mean, they're on the banners, right? This guy is on part 1 banner. This guy will be on the part 2 Dokkan Fest banner. Now, Janemba is on the Carnival banner, right? For this celebration. So if you're still summoning for Blue Evolution Vegeta and the what's it called, the Chichigoku, you might get a couple copies of this guy. This guy's really good though, really good. Tech Super Gogeta is also very powerful. STR Super Vegito though, he's on the part 1 banner, so this guy could be on the part 2 banner. Again, we're just gonna keep reiterating that. And then the rest of these characters, pretty much like these 3, we're rating on their EZA. These 2 are actually quite good. This character is low-key underrated, like really underrated, considering that turn 1 they could have over 100% damage reduction, and then they get really good damage reduction like stats like during the fight. Like this character is quite good for how little they're talked about. I feel like they are a great addition to the reps team if you don't have them. Even not free to, but I think they'll cook. These guys, like this guy especially right now, is so good. You do want Tech UI, but this guy is so good. This character, low-key, is pretty, like, he's not replaced, but there's literally the brand new 10th anniversary LR with this exact same name. You could use this guy still, but like if you have the new LR, you probably just won't grab this guy or you really use this guy too often. This guy will be in part 2 Dokkan Fest banner most likely, so wait and see. This character we're running on the ZZA, not a bad option for this guy. Terrorless I want to grab Vegito. At this point I want to grab Bootanks. No, yeah, no, I wouldn't grab any of these other 3 again, because we do want to, like, I want to keep in like honestly top 10 LR kind of range, top 15 LR range, right? I did say Broly, but like the best choices if we're going to compile it down, Beast Gohan, it would be, yeah, just Beast Gohan, like maybe these guys, like the year 7s would be really good. Then like Tech Super Gogeta and Physical Janemba and HOUI. I think like those are like kind of like the best options right now. But you have 42 days to kind of choose and wait and summon for a lot of these characters. So we'll wait and see. TURs probably aren't going to be featured during this anniversary at all. It seems like the banners are just full LRs, right? I can see maybe some of like 1 or 2 of these characters being on like the March Dokkan Fest and probably same day potentially, but like Int Majin Vegeta could be on the same day banner, maybe he's EAs, but only time will tell. Let me know who you guys are going to choose though. I hope this helped you out. I hope, you know, I wanted to go again, look at every character just in case you might have potential like questions about them and cover everything. But of course, I'll catch you guys next time and peace out.